Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be talking about the Auto Club Speedway weekend for Cup and Xfinity. Obviously only 2 Premier Series, so this video hopefully won't be too long as the Daytona one, which I talked about. But before we get into that, let's talk about the next race for all 3 Premier Series of NASCAR, which is the Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks. That'll be at Las Vegas. So, first talk about the Truck Series. That'll be the victorious Voice Foundation 200. It'll be 134 laps, 201 miles. Kind of weird, but whatever. That'll be at Las Vegas. Xfinity, that'll be for the running of the Alsco Uniforms 300, 200 laps, 300 miles. And the Cup race for the running of the Pennzoil 400, 267 laps, and 400 miles. So those are the Las Vegas Motor Speedway races for Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks. Let's now move on to the results. And I guess we'll first start off with the Xfinity Series, and that was won by Cole Custer. Surprisingly, actually, not that surprising because that car was incredibly quick, like during the whole race. It was the car to beat. Second place was Noah Gragson. Then returning to the series in a part-time basis, Trevor Bayne, Josh Berry, Anthony Alfredo, Sam Mayer, Adrian Allmendinger, Justin Allgaier, Riley Herbst, and Ryan Sieg ran out the top 10. Then Brandon Brown, Daniel Hemrick, Ty Gibbs, Jeb Burden, Joe Graff Jr., Kyle Weatherman, Jeremy Clements, Kyle Sieg, Brent Moffitt, and Joey Gage ran out the top 20. I guess, actually, no, I'll do that later. To the rear, some drivers went to the rear. A total of 6 drivers went to the rear due to unapproved adjustments. Jeffrey Earnhardt, Jeb Burden, Jesse Arugi, Joey Gase, Tommy John Martins, and Josh Williams. Kyle Sieg went to the rear due to engine change, and Joe Graff Jr. went to the rear because of a driver change in the 38 car. I'll get to that in a bit. Failed to qualify. 3 drivers failed to qualify. Will Rogers and Brennan Poole, the NQ, but the other one, Joe Graff Jr. He tried to qualify in the 08 SS Greenlight racing car, but Timmy Hill qualified in the number 38 RSS racing car, and apparently Joe Graff Jr. wanted to race in it, so there it is. It's kind of a shitty, kind of screwed up Timmy Hill. It's gonna be his first Xfinity start actually, because he did not compete at all at Daytona. I don't think he even attempted to qualify for Daytona. So pretty shitty situation for Timmy Hill. Hopefully he will be getting more races in the future with RSS Racing. I guess we'll talk about the events that happened. Lap 7, Landon Castle slow in turn 1. The car is actually on fire, so that's why he also finished last place. Mason Massey loses a left front tire, so that's lap 19. Lap 35, Trevor Bayne wins stage 1. That was a restart on lap 43, but instantly Ty Gibbs spun through the grass after contact and on the front stretch. Lap 56, Brennan Jones spins in turn 4. You get to hear a lot of Brennan Jones stuff. Lap 70, Cole Custer wins stage 2. Lap 100 actually, Brendan Brown spins in the backstretch. I think lap 122, Jade Buford spins on the backstretch. I think he got loose because of a seam. I don't know, like some seam made him loose or something. I don't really know. Lap 141, Mason Massey loses a tire in turn 1. Lap 145, Brent Moffitt is into the wall. First OT on lap 151, which obviously was ended because Brennan Jones spun. Lap 156, I'll probably maybe put up a video while I'm talking about it because this is the big part that happened in the Xfinity Series. I'll probably maybe put like big parts that happened on screen so you can have a look at it. Second OT, Stephen Parsons gets turned by Sheldon Creed, which apparently, according to one Twitter user, they were related somehow. I think Sheldon Creed's wife is related to Stephen Parsons, so that's going to be a bit awkward. Brennan Jones spins, I think, just to avoid them, and he hits the barriers, the barrels at the entrance of pit road, and sand poofed up into the air, and luckily he is okay, so that's really, really good. How crazy is that? 2 terrifying crashes in the first 2 races for the Xfinity Series. Not really ideal, I'll be honest. But I'm glad that Brandon Jones walked away from that. It definitely reminded me of Mark Martin's 2012 crash. I'll probably maybe put that up as well, just for a little bit of reference. But it's very, very similar. I mean, like the angle of it, pretty similar, but obviously Mark Martin hit the pit road, the pit wall. I don't know how you call it. I mean, like where like the crewman jumps up to work on the car. Brandon Jones spun and hit the sand barrels at the entrance of pit road. And due to that, there was a red flag for 23 minutes on lap 158. Lap 164, there was a third OT, and it was clear. It was all good. And lap 165, Cole Custer wins the Production Alliance Group 300. This is also SS Green Lights Racing's first ever win as an organization, which is pretty nice. So yeah, I guess here's the other drivers from 21st to 38th. Obviously, Lee Landon Castle's down here due to engine. What other ones? There's Brendan Jones, Sheldon Creed, Austin Hills had a really shitty day. Maya Snyder as well. That's really bad. All I can really say. So that's Xfinity all done. Let's now move on to the Cup Series, and that was won by California native Kyle Larson. But there's been a bit of a controversy around him as well during this race, and I'll get to that later. Second place in was Austin Dillon, then Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez, Joe Logano, Eric Amarola, Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, Daniel Hemrick, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. ran out the top 10. And Cole Custer, Austin Cindric, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, Ty Dillon, Ryan Blaney, Bubba Wallace, and Todd Gilliland ran out the top 20. So no one failed to qualify because of all the charter teams. Some drivers went to the rear. Ross Chastain went to the rear due to a backup car. I think he crashed in qualifying, if I remember correctly. Kevin Harvick, Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, Joe Logano, Bubba Wallace, and Justin Haley went to the rear due to unapproved adjustments. Let's now go to the stuff that happened, events that happened. Lap 15, Kyle Busch spins on the backstretch. Lap 38, Chase Elliott spins due to a right side tie down. If you're a Chase Elliott fan, you kind of want to forget about this race instantly. Lap 53, Josh Bilicki spins in turn 2 and gets stuck in the grass somehow. Lap 65, Tyler Reddick wins stage 1. Lap 17, Todd Gilliland loses a right front wheel under caution, which means he had to go down to pit road. Lap 91, Denny Hamlin goes to the pits due to overheating. Christopher Bell spins off turn 4, and I don't think Hamlin made it in time because I think it instantly because it was red, supposed to mean that you're not allowed to enter pit road, so he couldn't make it in time, and it was a bit unlucky for him. Lap 93, his little something that happened during the race. All Toyotas except Bubba Wallace have addressed overheating issues. So like Truex, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch as well. Bubba Wallace, there he is. So Wallace was fine. Everyone else, Denny Hamlin was down there. Everyone, like all the Toyota drivers, were complaining about overheating. But looks like they got that fixed, which was nice. Lap 111, Chris Buescher spins. I don't know where. I think it was probably in the front stretch. I might be wrong. Lap 130, Tyler Reddick wins stage 2. And a couple laps later, on lap 152, while leading, he loses a left-right tire. Byron runs into Reddick, and Hamlin is penalized for speeding. So Hamlin wasn't having a great day. Lap 158, Brad Keselowski spins after contact with Bubba Wallace. Harrison Burton gets collected, and that's why he's also down there as well. Lap 172, Ross Chastain spins in turn 4, and this is the big one, which I know, and I also put it up on screen as well. Kyle Larson runs Chase Elliott up to the wall, and later on lap 192, he spins out. Bit of a controversial move, I'll be honest, but it's not that controversial as the move he did on Justin Haley. That was very, very, very dirty. That one was a bit of a racing incident. I mean, Larson was blocking. Apparently, he didn't know that Elliott was coming really quickly. Bit of an interesting move as well by Elliott to go up high. I would have thought maybe just wait onto the backstretch to get a run off Logano and Larson. But he was a bit too greedy. Went to the outside and kind of got sandwiched between Larson and the wall. So a bit of an unlucky time for Elliott, especially if you're an Elliott fan. Just like I said, not really a day you would really want to remember. And on lap 200, just to put the icing on the cake for those Chase Elliott fans, Kyle Larson wins the Wise Power 400, getting his 17th career win. I'll also put up also a clip of Eric Almirola's beautiful save that he did on turn 4. That was a really nice save by him. Even though he might be retiring, he has done currently in early this season very good. Eric Jones also did a fantastic job at, especially in this race. I think qualified second place. Cindric got pole, kind of dropped down obviously to 12th place, but he's still the points leader, just to let you know. But great job by Eric Jones, obviously in petty GMS equipment, which is impressive. I'll be honest. Let's now move on to the other drivers who finished outside of the top 20. So we got a pretty good position, pretty good finish by Gareth Smithley with Rick Ware Racing. Other ones, we got Justin Haley, there's Tyler Reddick, who I think had the most leads, I think, if I remember correctly. Alex Bowman's down there, there's Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, and they got Ross Chastain. Keep going down here, there's Harrison Burton, William Byron, Chris Buescher, and Christopher Bell. Not really having a fun time he is, I'll be honest. But those are so those are the results for Cup and Xfinity. Let's now move on to the standings. And first started off with the Xfinity Series standings, and this is what it looks like. The points leader is still AJ Allmendinger. 1 point behind him, however, is Noah Gragson, then Justin Allgaier, Riley Herbst, Ryan Sieg, Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry, Anthony Alfredo, Daniel Hemrick, and Brendan Brown ran out the top 10. Austin Hill and Sam Mayer ran out the drivers who will be in the playoffs. We know that Austin Hill was automatically in because of his win at Daytona. Trevor Bayne, Jeb Burton, JJ Yaley, Sheldon Creed, Brandon Jones, Kyle Sieg, Jeffrey Earnhardt, and Joe Graf Jr. ran out the top 20. For the playoffs, let's have a look at that. Allmendinger, Gragson, Allgaier, Herbst, Sieg, Hill, Austin Hill, Gibbs, Berry, Hemrick, Alfredo, Brown, Mayer, and I think that's all. Yeah, so that's the top 12 up to Sam Mayer. Let's now move on to the Cup Series, and Austin Cindric is still in the lead. Behind him is his Team Penske teammate, Joe Logano, then Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, Eric Jones, Eric Almirola, Kyle Larson, Bubba Wallace, Brad Keselowski ran out of the top 10. Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Austin Dillon, Daniel Suarez, and Cole Custer ran out the playoff picture in the top 16. Ty Dillon, Michael McDowell, Chase Elliott, and Kevin Harvick ran out the top 20. For the playoff picture, Cindric and Larson are automatically in due to their wins. Logano and Truex are between Cindric and Larson. Then Ryan Blaney, Briscoe, Eric Jones, Almirola, Bubba Wallace, Keselowski, Austin Dillon, Suarez, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, Stenhouse, and Custer ran out the playoff picture. And obviously Ty Dillon, McDowell, Elliott, and Harvick down in 17th and 20th respectively. But just a reminder that the next race for all three Premier Series of NASCAR will be at Las Vegas. So obviously on March 7th I will be doing a video of Las Vegas. So that's gonna be fun. Anyways, that's really it for me now. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.